Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today at Youth Traumatic Smart Stress Services, also known as YTSSS. Today, we will be talking about high quality connections, what they are, and how we can implement them into our daily lives and relationships to improve the well being and quality of those interactions and relationships. So, what are high quality connections? High quality connections, also known as HQCs, are mutual interactions that make you feel seen, positive, uplifted, and engaged. They tend to most commonly occur in ongoing relationships, such as with family, friends, and other loved ones. However, high quality connections can occur with anyone and be verbal or nonverbal, and are even possible to be formed in very brief interactions with others. Fostering high-quality connections can be as simple as being present with someone, listening actively, offering empathy, or showing appreciation. These connections, whether fleeting or ongoing, are specific and precise, very focused, and rooted in meaningful engagement. High-quality connections have a significant impact on individuals' emotional and physiological resilience, especially in the face of traumatic stress. High-quality connections impact physiological responses such as stress, regulation, immune function, and brain chemistry. When we experience high-quality connections, we become physically and psychologically healthier. Traumatic stress often disrupts an individual's sense of safety, belonging, and identity. In such contexts, high-quality connections serve as a powerful tool and provide additional support to help counteract the isolating and disorienting effects of trauma. Psychology and neuroscience suggest that the presence of compassionate, genuine, and purposeful interactions help regulate the nervous system. Feeling emotionally connected and supported can help stabilize and regulate physiological stress markers such as cortisol levels and heart rate variability, which facilitates the recovery and resilience of people. Even small amounts and moments of genuine connection can help regulate stress responses, reducing the feelings of alienation and fostering a sense of being seen and valued. This relational safety is key in restoring a person's capacity to process and recover from trauma. Psychoneuroimmunology provides insight into how high-quality connections influence health across multiple systems and play a role in post-traumatic growth. Positive psychiatry focuses on these components to promote a holistic sense of well-being and allow us to understand how high-quality connections play a role. Social support is very important, and through these supportive relationships, we are able to reduce stress and promote positive emotions, which influence immune function by reducing inflammatory responses and enhancing pathogen resistance. Emotional bonding allows us to form close connections that stimulate neurochemical responses such as oxytocin and dopamine, which promote feelings of safety and relaxation. These bonds directly impact immune function, reducing vulnerability to stress-induced illnesses. Stress regulation can also be mitigated through high-quality connections, since social connectedness helps us modulate stress hormone levels, such as cortisol, by protecting the body from the harmful effects of chronic stress, which can suppress immune function and increase inflammation. Resilience building is another very important factor, as strong social connections foster resilience as individuals feel supported and less threatened by adversity. This psychosocial support enhances the immune system's capacity to maintain health during stressful periods. High-quality connections are not only crucial in the aftermath of trauma, but also play a broader role in enhancing mental health and overall well-being. These connections allow us to promote emotional regulation, as positive interactions help individuals manage difficult emotions by providing a sense of comfort and grounding. High-quality connections also allow us to enhance meaning and purpose by allowing people to feel connected and to foster that sense of belonging, which contributes to satisfaction and purpose. Support resilience is very important as well, as high-quality connections act as a buffer against traumatic stress disorders and mental health conditions such as anxiety and depression. We are also able to encourage help seeking since individuals trust others and have strong connections. This will make them more likely to seek support and communicate their needs. We can all contribute to creating more positive relationships and interactions that play a vital role in healing from traumatic stress. Over time, these micro moments of connection accumulate to create a more supportive social environment, contributing to sustained psychological and physical well-being. As friends, coworkers, family members, or caregivers, we can cultivate compassionate, respectful, and authentic interactions in our daily lives to create environments that not only reduce suffering, but actively support human flourishing. Now, I would like to take some time to talk about the three core components of high-quality connections. The first one being emotional connection. This is the ability to form deep, meaningful bonds with others, characterized by empathy, understanding, and mutual support. The second core component is social connection. This involves relationships with family, friends, and community. It's the sense of belonging to a group and having people that you can rely on and having that strong support system that we all need. Finally, the third core component is spiritual connection. This can involve a connection to a higher power, nature, or a sense of purpose and meaning in life. I would like to dive a little bit deeper into the three core components of high quality connections and how they function and how they influence our relationships and interactions. The first is emotional connection. Through emotional connection, we are able to help reduce the gap between self and other, and this can be enhanced through gratitude. As we know, emotions are very contagious, and as humans, we unconsciously mimic others' movements, facial expressions, and even mood. And through this emotional contagion, we are able to form that emotional connection. Finally, empathy is very important for emotional connection. Vicariously experiencing another person's emotion and going beyond just understanding their perspective allows us to put ourselves in their shoes and truly understand how they are feeling, which evokes feelings of warmth, comfort, and compassion. The second core component of high quality connections is social connection. Through being fully present in the moment, showing care, esteem, and dignity, we are able to participate in respectful mutual engagement. By actively showing interest and not only doing this with words but with actions, such as helping a person complete or perform a task, we are able to participate in task enabling. Based off interactions and the person's behavior, usually nonverbal, including gestures and facial expression, we are able to help understand what the impressions of others are. The third and final core component of high quality connections is spiritual connection. By being present, aware, and meaningful, we are able to value their presence and existence, which helps us increase others' awareness. And by participating in perspective taking, we are able to show empathy and mindfulness, being able to predict the person's behavior and reactions and fully understanding who they are and what they are thinking. Play is a very important factor when it comes to spiritual connection, since we are able to learn, enjoy ourselves, and connect during these moments of play, which is very important and needed for relieving stress and creating new responses and thought processes. I will be sharing three different pathways that foster genuine and meaningful relationships and that can help lead to high quality connections. In the following slides, we will offer some information and guidance on how we can integrate these pathways into our relationships and connections with others to form these high quality connections. The first pathway to high quality connections is the feeling of vitality. Psychologically, this state of aliveness creates the feeling that one's actions have meaning and purpose. There is genuine excitement, energy, and presence, and you're not only doing things halfway or without meaning them. These kinds of interactions invoke a feeling of aliveness and positivity. The second pathway is evoking a sense of positive regard, a combination of feeling both supported unconditionally and accepted completely. The attitude of feeling accepted, valued, and respected, regardless of one's actions, behaviors, or mistakes. There is an overall sense of positivity within that interaction. The final pathway is it being felt mutually, a sense of mutual respect, understanding, and involvement, as well as sharing the experience. Both people feel the same way about each other, and both individuals feel seen, heard, and understood, with a sense of reciprocal vulnerability and responsiveness. High quality connections, especially for youths, require meaningful, positive, understanding, and supportive relationships that nurture their emotional, social, and cognitive development. These connections are crucial for building trust, resilience, and a sense of security in youth, enabling them to explore, learn, and grow with confidence. High-quality connections promote healthy brain development, increase emotional resilience, and support social skills. These relationships help youth develop empathy, manage emotions, and build positive self-worth, all of which are essential for lifelong well-being and success in relationships. Now I would like to offer some guidance and provide some examples on how we can implement the 3 previous pathways to our own children. The first being a feeling of vitality in the connection. When a child experiences a feeling of vitality in a connection, it means they feel engaged, enthusiastic, and motivated by the interaction. The relationship brings out a sense of curiosity, excitement, and presence in the child. They may feel more creative, open, and ready to share their ideas or feelings. A connection that creates the sense of aliveness is one that positively impacts the child's mood and self-expression. The second pathway is a sense of positive regard. For children, this means knowing that the adult genuinely cares for them and appreciates them for who they are. When children sense positive regard, they feel safe, respected, and understood, which boosts their self-esteem and encourages them to express themselves openly. Positive regard is about showing warmth and acceptance, regardless of the child's actions or emotions, which reinforces their sense of worth and belonging. The final pathway is felt mutually. For children, this means they sense that the adult is fully present, sharing in the experience and genuinely interested in them. When a connection feels mutual, the child understands that the interaction is meaningful for both of them and the adult. This fosters a sense of equality where the child feels seen and appreciated, which helps them trust and open up in the relationship. Thank you so much for joining us for this vlog. I hope the information I provided is informative and shows you how to start fostering high quality connections in your own lives and relationships. I appreciate your time and hope you will continue to tune in for our following vlogs. Thank you and have a great day.